Omari stood at the edge of the dry riverbed, his ears fanning gently in the breeze. Cracks spread across the earth like lightning frozen in the dirt. The river that once rushed and roared was silent. And so were the herds. Every year, the Thunder Trail guided elephants, zebras, and wildebeests through the Serengeti. The trail was named not for storms, but for the sound of 10,000 hooves moving as one. It was more than a path, it was a promise. But this year, something was wrong. The trail was empty. The riverbeds were dry. The animals scattered. And Omari, though just a calf, could feel something pulling at the balance of the land. He walked alone for miles, dust swirling behind his steps. He reached a place where the trail split, and then stopped. A fence stretched across the plains, cutting through the earth like a scar. On the other side, machines churned. Men shouted. He crouched low behind a thorn bush and listened. Drain the river. Dig it out. The farms come first. One man barked. Omari's heart pounded. The trail was being stolen. He ran back to the elders, his wide eyes full of fear. They're blocking the Thunder Trail, he cried. The river's gone because they've taken it. The older elephants rumbled softly. These things pass. One said. We've walked other ways. Another added. Let the lions worry. Let the rains return. But Omari couldn't. He remembered the young wildebeest stuck in cracked mud. The zebra foals lost without water. The silence where songbirds used to wake the dawn. That night, he walked to the hilltop and trumpeted, not in fear, but in calling. His voice echoed across the valley. And in the shadows, animals listened. A pair of giraffes stepped forward. Then wildebeests. Then zebras. A honey badger. A lioness. Even a vulture landed silently beside him. If you lead, they said, we will follow. Omari bowed his head. Not behind me, he said. Beside me. At dawn, the march began. Not with roars, but with hooves and paws and claws. Quiet at first, then louder. Like thunder building beneath the earth. They walked to the fence. The men shouted, panicked. What is this? One asked. Why won't they stop? But they didn't stop. The ground shook. Dust rose. Birds soared. The animals didn't charge. They stood, tall, together. A lion roared. A vulture screamed. And Omari lifted his trunk high, releasing a trumpet so loud it rolled like storm clouds. And then, silence. The men dropped their tools. One turned and ran. Another followed. The machines quieted. And still the animals stood, watching. The farmers returned days later, but this time, they listened. Elders from both sides met beneath a baobab tree. A new path was made. The river allowed to run. The Thunder Trail flowed again. The herds returned. The promise was kept. Omari never asked to lead. He only asked to be heard. But through his courage, the wild found its voice. From that day on, the youngest calves were told, remember the year the thunder stopped, and the one who brought it back. Omari grew strong. He walked the trail every season. Not as a guardian, but as a guide, a friend, a listener. At every bend, he told the story, not of the men, not of the fence, but of the moment the animals remembered they belonged to each other. And when he grew old, he walked slower, but the land remembered him. The trees bent slightly as he passed. The birds called his name. The thunder trail still roars. But if you listen closely, beneath the sound of hooves and wind, you'll hear something steadier, something deeper, the quiet strength of Omari.